Welcome back to yet another edition of our teaching, and today we are going to look at something that is a little bit different from what we have been looking at previously. And today we are going to look at a topic called sequences and number patterns. I believe you looked at sequences in primary, and we can define sequences as a group or a set of numbers that follow one another according to a particular rule. Or in other words, numbers are going to follow one another according to a certain condition that has been put there for us. So, we have said we are going to look at sequences and number patterns. So we have already defined what a sequence is, and we have said this is a group of numbers that follow one another according to a particular rule. So some examples of sequences to help us understand what I mean when I talk about sequences. If I have a question may say, find the next. So I'm required to fill in these empty spaces. In other words, I'm required to know which number is supposed to be here according to this sequence here. And remember we say that a sequence is a group of numbers that follow one another according to a specified rule or condition. So when I look at the very first number, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you look at these numbers, the way they are following themselves, it shows that we keep on adding 1 to a number to get the next number. For example here, when I have 1 and I add 1, I get 2. When I add 1 to 2, I get 3. When I add 1 to 3, I get 4. When I add 1 to 3, I get 4. When I add 1 to 4, I get 5. Meaning, from here to here, I added 1. From 2 to 3, I added 1. From 3 to 4, I added 1. From 4 to 5, I added 1. When you look at this, it is uniform, meaning that even in the next number, I'm going to add 1. So 5 plus 1 is going to give me 6. Then the next number also, I'm going to add 1, basing on the rule which we already had here, where we're adding through by 1, 1, 1. So 6 plus 1 gives me 7. I again add another 1. 7 plus 1 gives me 8. So I have filled in the missing numbers by following a specific rule, and the rule was saying you keep on adding 1 to a number for you to get the next number. So that is my answer for number 1. I go to number 2. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. So when you look at 2 and 4, 4 and 6, which similarity do we see there? We realize that they keep on adding the same number here to get the next number. For example, which number is added to 2 for you to get 4? Here, we realize that they added 2 to 2 to get 4. Even here, they added 2 to get 6. Even on the 8, they added 6 to 2 to get 8. They added 2 to 8 to get 10. And they added 2 to 10 for them to get 12. So, even on my next, when you look at this, this is a specified rule. In other words, you are supposed to keep on adding 2, adding 2, adding 2. So my next number is going to be 12 plus 2, which is 14. The next one is going to be 14 plus 2, which is 16. And my next one is going to be 16 plus 2, which is 18. So I filled in the missing number based on a particular rule, and that rule was keep on adding 2 to get the next number in the sequence. I go to my third question. I have 1, I have 3, I have 6, I have 10. So, which number is added to 1 to get 3? We realize that they added 2 here. And then, which number is added to 3 to get 6? We see that they added 3. Which number is added to 6 to get 10? We see that they added 4. When you look at the sequence here, it It is 2, 3, 4. Meaning the next number, I'm going to add a 5. Because we have 2, 3, 4. So my next number, I'm going to add 5. So I'm going to have 10 plus 5, which is 15. Then from 5, I proceed to the next number after 5, which is 6. So my next number, I'm going to add 6. 15 plus 6 gives me 21. Then, finally, my last number, I'm going to add the number which is after 6, and that number is 7. So 21 plus 7 is going to give me 28. So I've filled in the missing gaps by following a particular rule down here. I proceed to the next number. I have 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on. Now when you look at these numbers, there is something very special and unique about them. When you look at this, for example 1, you see, because we already looked at the different types of numbers. We said we have natural numbers, we have counting numbers, we have integers, we have prime numbers, we have even numbers, we have odd numbers, then we have what we call square numbers. And square numbers, those are the numbers obtained by squaring different natural numbers. So when you look at 1, 1 is the square of 1. In other words, 1 square, you get 1. When you look at 4, 4 is 2 square. When you look at 9, 9 is 3 square. When you look at 16, 16 is 4 square. When you look at 25, 25 is 5 square. So all I'm saying here is 1 is 1 square, 4 is 2 square, 9 is 3 square, 16 is 4 square, 25 is 5 square. So when you look at the rule here, it shows that we keep on squaring the different counting numbers. We started by squaring 1, went to squaring 2, we squared 3, we squared 4, we squared 5, and now we're going to square the next counting number, which is 6. So my answer here should be 6 squared. And 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36. After 6, I proceed to the next number, which is 7. So I'm going to have 7 squared. And 7 squared is 7 times 7, giving me 49. From there, I proceed to the next number, which is 8. 8 squared. And 8 squared is 64. So when you look at these numbers, these are what we call square numbers. In other words, you keep on squaring the different natural numbers for you to get the square numbers. Lastly, when you look at the group of numbers we have here, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so on. Remember, I already told you about the different categories or types of numbers we have. And in that category, we looked at a set of numbers called prime numbers. And we said prime numbers, these are numbers with only 2 factors, that is 1 and that number itself. So when I look at these numbers, they give me an idea, or they show me that these are prime numbers. When you look at 2, 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 likewise, 11 also a prime number. So in this case, what is the next prime number after 11? The next prime number after 11, we know that it is 13. Then what is the next prime number after 13? It is going to be 17. Reminder, the next prime number after 13 is not 15, because 15 does not have only 2 factors. It has more than 2 factors. So that is why 15 is not a prime number. Then after 17, what is the next prime number? The next prime number is 19. Because 19 also has only 2 factors. That is 1 and 19. So that is what we mean when we talk about sequences. Numbers are following one another according to a particular set of rules. So that is what we looked at here. And the numbers which I kept on putting down here indicate the rule which we are following. Like in the first one, we kept on adding 1. In the second one, kept on adding 2. In the third, kept on adding the different numbers, counting numbers from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then for the fourth one, we saw that these are square numbers. And the fifth, we saw that these are prime numbers. So that is what we mean when we talk about sequences. And we are going to elaborate more on sequences as we go on. Meanwhile, thanks for listening, and we are going to look at something else later on.